Hello, good day everyone. So this time, let's talk about the web development roadmaps. So allow me to share my screen to start my discussions. Okay, so the web development roadmaps, no, this is the way to become a web developer. Then let's start with the fundamentals or this understanding of the web development's fundamentals. So first, allow me to discuss, no, the front end roadmap. So from the previous lessons, we already discussed about the HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript. No, so this time, no, we are going to apply of this, this uh, the front end roadmap. No, I will show you the overview of this roadmap. So first one is the HTML, no? So this is to create a web page. So usually HTML is work on the tags, and also it works with forms for the PHP scripting language, no? So HTML, and we have the PHP. So to become your website is dynamic. So the work or the purpose of the CSS here, or the cascading style sheet, is to style your page, no, to become more beautiful appearance to the end user. So that's the purpose. So it works with the selector. There is any specific properties if you want to display in your page. So JavaScript, this is part also in the front end. This is to make your page interactive. So first one here, sa demonstration natin, is we add the JavaScript alert, no? Just to give you an idea that the page is already accept the data, save the data going to the database. So that's the purpose of the interactive. So we have to add the alert message to inform you that the data coming from the forms, it's already saved to the database. So that's one of the example. It's a very simple alert message. That's one, interactive na siya. And then sometimes we are going to add the button click, or we have to add the click listener, para once you click the button or some part of your web page, na it will make changes to your website. No, so that's the one example of the JavaScript, how to make your website become interactive. No, so kailangan may action. So we have to use the uh, click listener, and then sometimes you are going to click the button, then it will change the background. So that's one of the example, no, sa how to make a interactive your web page, no, or websites. Okay, so after that, no, you already know the HTML, the CSS, and JavaScript. Now you're going to create, style, and make your web page interactive using the JavaScript. So after that, if you're familiar with those fundamentals, and you already master and familiar with the tags, the CSS properties, and also the JavaScript properties, and also how your web page work in interactive, dapat interactive siya, no? So alam na natin. So one example, yung click listener, and then we're going to add the alert message. Okay, so the next step is you're going to publish your websites. So after that, so once your websites is published, and then so that your friends or the rest of the world can see your work. No, so this is the proof that you already publish your work, and then This is also one of the output of our in our class that you're going to publish your work in the web host. So I already give you the tutorial with regards to the web host. Um, so we already implemented with that during the midterm. So you already published your website, no? Lahat tayo naka-experience na yun how to publish the websites. Okay? So the tutorial din nabigay ko din sa inyo, and then also with kung saan tayo magpa-bless ng websites, no? So again, hindi lang yun yung isa sa mga pwede nating i-upload, but there are tons of hosting services to choose from. But yung pinili lang talaga natin is the zero zero web host, no? Just to publish your work. So again, the people who create the websites, okay? So nag-record ba siya? Okay, naka-record, sorry. Na-check ko lang. Akala ko hindi nag-record. Okay. Now, after that, no, the people who create websites and web applications for living, so they are called the front-end developers. No? So, pagka yung ginawa natin is yung sa CSS, HTML, JavaScript, jQueries, yun, that's part of the front end development, no? Tools, yun yung mga ginagamit natin. But yung tao na gumagawa ng yung mga task na yon is that what we call front end developers, no? Yung tao mismo o yung developers. Okay? So many front-end developers also have the basic knowledge of different CSS and JavaScript frameworks, and also the libraries like Bootstraps, no? So the Bootstrap is the CSS parang framework siya, no? Kasi may i-download mo lang yung files niya, pwede siya mag-work online, pwede siya mag-work offline. So depende sa pag-call natin dun sa link. I-link kasi natin yun sa taas sa head. I-incorporate natin yan sa website. So that's the Bootstrap, no? It's focus on the styling. Okay? So parang maano natin siya na libraries ng CSS kasi yung Bootstrap is more on the CSS. Okay, yung designing. So Sash, and we have also the CSS preprocessor and the React, no? That's one of the examples for the frameworks. So, and the popular versions of the system like Git, no? That is online. Okay. So that's one of the examples on the tools to be used for in the front end developers. So front-end developers, it refers to the client side, no? So it is focused on the client side. Pagka front-end, nakafocus lang talaga siya sa client side. So ano ba yung client side? So that is the front-end code, no? It used to create static website. So it is a focus on the static websites, meaning there is no interactions with the database or any PHP script, no? Or in the Python, no? Wala siyang interaction. Static websites meaning uh for viewing alone, no? Display. Okay, static siya. So, where the purpose is to display the web page, no? Yun yung purpose sa static. So, wala siyang interaction sa back-end. So this is the structures of the front end developers or developments. Okay, so you're going to learn the HTML, and second is the CSS and the JavaScript. So yun yung dapat pag-focusan natin, you are going to learn the fundamentals so that you will be learning their libraries, no? Ito yung structure, no? It's a comprehensive presentations of structures by their functionalities, no? Pag sa CSS frameworks, nandun siya yung Bootstrap, Bulma, Foundation, Materialize, CSS, Semantic UI, Tailwind, CSS. So those are the frameworks for the CSS. So we have also the CSS preprocessor, yung Sash and Lesh. So for JavaScript, for the interactive websites, you are going to add, for the JavaScript libraries. One of the examples here is the jQuery. So we have also the JS frameworks, no? So yung NPM. So that's one of the example, yung mga package manager ng jQueries. Okay? So we have also the TypeScript and also AS6, no? So these are the frameworks under the JavaScript, no? So yung sa atin, we learn from the basic the traditional coding, no? Yung native coding. So after that, you will learning the frameworks. Okay? So we need to master the native coding or the native JavaScript, also the CSS and the HTML. Once ma-master natin yon, then we will proceed to their framework. Mas madali lang natin magamit yung framework kasi we have already experienced on the JavaScript, native coding, and also the CSS. Okay, so these are the roadmaps for the front-end developers. So this is the guide for you to become a front end. If you are planning to become a front end developers, then this is your guide. Okay, it is a very helpful, guys. So what about the back end? Back end development, it is refers to the server side. So how a web page work. Okay, so it is refers to the back ends of your website. Di ba makita natin, you have your UI. Sa likod niyan, there is an scripting language that talk to the that gives way or parang makipag-usap siya doon sa database mo and also your front end. Siya yung magiging tulay, no? So para ma-picture out natin later on, I have the presentations on that, on how it works, no? So coming from the HTML, then you have your Java, the PHP, then you have your SQL, then you have your storage, no? So those are the structures na i-present ko later on. So this time, I will give you the introductions of the backends alone. So backends, that is referred to the server side. Kasi nga yung kanina na-display natin or na-discuss natin, yung front-end developer, that is client. Makikita natin client yon. Okay? Yung display, UI. So this time, let's talk about the backend. No? So if you want to make your website dynamic, so dynamic na siya. So kanina yung static. So ngayon, gawin nating yung dynamic mo, gawin nating static. Yung static natin na website, again, gawin nating dynamic. Baliktad pala siya. So gawin nating dynamic. So paano siya maging dynamic? Of course, that is refers to the back end. Okay? So what is dynamic? Dynamic refers to managing files, no? Managing files and databases. So add contact forms, control user access, etc. No? So that is part of the dynamic websites. You need to learn the back-end programming. Okay? So we have your back-end program, front-end programming. Yung kanina diniscuss natin, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So this time, you're going to learn the back-end programming language like PHP or Python and use of SQL to communicate with the database. Okay? So this is the structures, no? Makita natin, you're going to learn first the back end, no? Then, what is the backend? Example of the backend programming language. Dito, sinabi niya dito, that is the PHP, okay, or Python. But in this class, we are discussing about the PHP. So, the PHP and the SQL to communicate with your databases, no? Yung databases natin, that is your SQL. So, for the backend structures, no, makikita natin dito, we have the PHP native script, we have the Node.js, we have the Python, we have the Ruby, Java, and we have the Golang, C Sharps. Okay, wait. Sorry for the interruptions. Okay, so let's go back to the discussions. Um, Yung sa ano natin sa backend, you are which we're going to learn the PHP, no? So dito disregard muna natin ito kasi we need to focus on the one backend programming. So let's focus the PHP native programming, no? So ito kasi nakita natin dito, we have your package manager because this one is for the framework. So if you are using the Laravel, okay, so WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, Magento, that's part of the mga framework na yan ng PHP. So this time, ang gagawin natin is yung nasa native coding natin, no? So very native talaga para to understand their purpose and also the different functionalities in native programming. So next is you have your storage. Of course, you're going to learn the storage. It is part of the back end. No? So sa storage, we have here the PostgreSQL, MariaDB, and MySQL. And also we have the MongoDB. Okay? So ang gagawin lang natin dito is dito tayo sa MySQL. So MySQL yung ano natin, yung focus natin, yung pag-aaralan, no? So we have the PHP and the SQL. So later on, I will give you the scenarios, no, and the structures of our discussions. So for the back end, no, for your ideas, so this is your roadmap, guys, no, to give you the ideas. So sa atin, yung ginamit lang natin is PHP and we have the storage, no. So ito kasi nakita nyo dito yung mga Node.js, these are the backend, no? Hindi na tayo gumamit nito, mga npm. Okay? We have the framework express ng Node.js. So hindi na natin ginamit 'yan. Okay? So here in this class, so we are going to create a database at the local host first, no? So we're going to create a database. So of course, you're going to open the SAMP control panel, this one. So this is the SAMP, okay? So, and then after that, you're going to click the start button, no? Okay, so when you created when you created the database and the SAMP, no? So we are going also to create a folder and htdocs, no? So mag-create din tayo. Then next is ang gagawin natin is we are going to create a database connections from a file in the PHP, no? For the connections, no? So doon sa ano natin, doon sa database. And then next is we're going to create a new file PHP to check your database connections if your database and the PHP is connected. No, this is to test. No, if these are connected. Then after that, we are going to run the files. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. Okay, for this class. So this is first one is we're going to create the MySQL database at the local host, no? So stop ko muna to and then I will show you my SAMP, no? Stop sharing ko. And then, I will show you this one. Okay. Share. Okay. Okay. So this is our SAMP control panel, no? So start. Then after natin may start, then click the admin. Then once it is click, okay. So this is the this is the control panel. So this time, no, sabi dito, we are going to create a SQL database at the local host, no? So before you start building the PHP connections to the SQL database, you need to know what the PHP admin is. So it is a control panel where you can manage the database that you have created. Okay, so you are going to open the browser and go to the localhost admin or click admin in the SAMP UI. So this is the example, no? This is the control panel of the database. Okay, we are using. So first, pag hindi pa kayo naka-installed, of course, you're going to install the SAMP, no? And then create a username and the password kung if needed. So this time sa in my part, no, hindi na tayo nag-create ng username, password para mas madali natin doon sa mga pag-create natin. Hindi na tayo maglagay ng password doon sa ano natin sa databases, no? For demonstration purposes. Baka kung gusto niyo, pwede rin kayo mag-add. So, for this, yeah, you have to go to the user account where your user account is the same, no? As shown in this picture. So, this is the when you change the privileges of the user. So now you can edit the privileges and go to the change admin password if you want to change the password. Okay? So skip na natin nyo kasi this is not necessary to change or to put a username and the password in the database, no, for these discussions. So later on, I will show you how to create that. So pag nakita nyo na, you're going to create a database here. Pag nakita nyo dito, may mga ano dito, list of databases. So when you click this create, no, create or new databases, so it will gives you another window. So then this one, the database name, that is the practice, and then let the UTF-8. So this means that it gives an any datas, no? It will collect the any datas, no? Wala siyang limits. Okay? And accepts any queries also. So the newly created database will be empty now. So kailangan empty muna yung database natin, no? So kasi we're going to establish the connections lang, no? So uh, here you're going back, no, to create a folder in the htdocs. Okay, so now you can locate the folder where you install the SAMP and open the htdocs folder. Then you're going to create the folder with the name practice, no. We will place the with files in this folder. So inside the htdocs, we are going to create the folder named practice. Then inside that, doon tayo mag-create ng file ng PHP. No? So after that, once na you are succeeded in creating the folder, so pwede na natin siya i-run. No? The question is why we have to create a folder in htdocs. So because the SAMP uses the folder htdocs to execute and run your PHP sites. No, so yung htdocs that is the file where the PHP admin run that folder para yung PHP na create natin, yun yung automatically i-run niya. Okay? Pag mag-browse tayo. So later on makikita natin yun. Okay? So I will have the demo for that. So for the creations of the database connections, no. So we are going to create the new PHP file and the name it db underscore connection.php, no? One file na gagawin natin is the connection and you're going to save that. So why am I creating the separate database connections? The purpose of this is because if you have to create multiple files in which you want to insert data or select data from the database, you don't need to write the code for the database connection every time. Okay? So para gagamitin lang natin yung name niya, i-connect natin sa kabilang files, no? So this is the example, no, of the PHP connections. So makita natin yan, there is a PHP open connections, no? So localhost and then this one is the password pero hindi na natin yan hindi na natin yan isasali yung database password, no? So magkakaroon tayo ng demonstration for this. Okay? So these are the connections of the database and we have the return con. Okay? When the connection is done, then it will close the connections at the end. So the explanations here that the this one is the variable of the DB host will be the host where your server is running. Okay? So it is usually in the local host kasi yun yung local host natin. So DB connections, no? So DB, that is the database connections user, will be the username is root lang siya, no? So and surpass will be the DB password will be the password which is the same that you use to access your PHP admin. So that's why kung maglagay ka ng password, of course, yung connection sa database mo, maglagay ka din ng password dun sa connections. Because that is the security used to access the data in your the storage. So third is the DB name. So this is will be the name of your database which we created in this class, no? So later on, we are going to write the database and then after nun, i-connect natin, no? So so in this case, you are going to include the connection.php, no? So para yung every time na ma-create natin yung files natin for the connections, so that it will calls the connections, no? Uh, so every top or on the top of your code and call it a functions and use it, it is also helps when you are moving your project locations, no? So para hindi siya magka-watak-watak yung connections natin. So it's basically mas madali natin i-add natin yung connections natin sa database nito na kahit if transfer natin yan ng file, same connections pa rin siya. Okay? So kahit saan natin i-locate na file, so magra-run pa rin siya. Basta nasa htdocs pa rin siya. Or kahit na i-online natin, same pa rin siya yung natin. Pag i-upload na natin yan, same pa rin yung connections na yan. So walang mababago. Mas madali iyon. Okay? So, here, no? We have we are going to create, no? This is the connections, no, on how are you going to create a connections if it is successful or not. So of course you're going to create a new file PHP to connect your database. So name it index.php and add this code in this file, no? So yun yung natin, i-code natin later on just to try if it is functional or not, no? So you're going to run, then it will display connected successfully. So once there is no problem with your coding. So this is the structures or the demonstration how it works with the HTML, with the CSS, JavaScript plus PHP SQL script, no? And you have your database as your storage. So of course, ang makikita natin, that is the front end, okay, that is composed of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then we have here plus PHP and SQL. So this is the this is what we call the dynamic websites, because it is composed of HTML, CSS, JavaScript plus we have the PHP and SQL script, no? So we are creating now the dynamic websites. So there is an interactions between the front end and the back end. Okay? So again, this is the illustrations, no, as what I have discussed in a while ago from the HTML forms. So in HTML forms, we have the method post, no. This is the queries forms of the HTML tags, and inside that we have the input type. Okay, input type text, and then this name, okay, to be used for in the PHP connections, no? So of course, you're going to write here, this is the declaration from the PHP. So i-declare mo sa, you're going to create the variable from the PHP, and then yung equals niya, of course, inherit natin yan coming from the HTML. Okay, so makikita natin dyan the connections of HTML forms and the PHP. Okay, so how it pass the data. So from input, okay, ang input kasi niya dito, input, when you type the name, your name here, automatically the owner of that variable sa PHP form is now the name, this one. Okay, name. Okay, this is the attributes of the input type, no? Sa input type ng forms. So you have now your first name. Okay? So ito yung pinaka-importante, no? Kasi this attributes to be used for in the PHP calling, no? So in here, sa PHP natin, so sa PHP na part, nag-create tayo ng variable para storage siya coming from the HTML. So yung HTML, ipapasa niya yung data to the PHP, and now the PHP has this kind of variable. This one in the variable, this is very optional, no? So yung sa akin lang is first name para hindi ako malito sa tagging, no? So first name, this is the variable from the PHP, and then post, yung method natin yan is post, is coming from the HTML form, post, no? So inside that post, you have your first name, because kung ano ba yung sa post na yan, si name na yan, ito yung ilalagay mo lang siya ito. Copy this one, then put it here. So magkakaroon na siya ng connections. Okay? So if the HTML and the PHP connections is established, after that, punta tayo dun sa queries. Paano ba mag-usap yung SQL at saka PHP? And now, so this is the script or statements from the SQL, no? So you're going to declare this SQL variable is equals to, kasi mag-insert tayo, no? Mag-save tayo ng data. So here, insert N2, this one, makikita natin yan, that is the queries doon sa database natin. Pag mag-insert tayo, mag-remove, mag-add. Okay? So this one, we use the insert, no? Information, this is the statements of name of the table, saan natin siya insert, then anong columns, no? So this is the name of the table, anong column, okay, sa loob ng database. Okay? So the values is equals to first name. Saan ba siya galing ng values? Of course, yung values na galing is dito sa PHP. Okay? So this is how are we going to create or establish a connections between HTML, PHP, script, and then after that, when we click the button, it will give an instructions na to post the data going to the database. So nakasave na siya sa database. Okay? So this is how the dynamic website works. Okay? So ito yung pinaka-basic na discussions on how the website works, yung especially in dynamic. Okay? So, if you have questions, please send me a message na lang, no? With regards to the connections of this, no? After we have the demonstration. So, yung demonstration, I hope that i-follow niyo yung descriptions on yung pagkagawa, no? Para ma-experience niyo that is how we work in Dynamics, no? So, again, if you're doing that, then congratulations, you have successfully connected with your database, okay? With your local host. Okay, so if you're not able to see this screen, okay, then check if you have done anything right in the connection.db. So maybe pag hindi mo makita yung kung ano yung successfully connected, maybe doon sa connection ng PHP mo may something na mali, no? Siguro may hindi ka or may nakaligtaan kayo na script, or even kahit mga kama lang yan, or even the open close parenthesis or even the brackets, so hindi siya mag-run. Okay? So we're going to simplify the database later on. So first one, I will show you the yung ginawa natin dito sa presentations. So of course, you have your PHP, and then click this one. Okay, stop ko muna just to be sure that the screen is shared. Okay, so share again. Okay, share. Okay, good. Balik tayo doon sa connections. This one. Okay? So, first one here, sa DB natin, no? This is the database natin, no? So, UI. So, click this one. Okay? So, when you click this, um, okay, yan. Okay, so when you click this one, new, it will gives you this, no? Databases. So, first one, nakalagay dito is you're going to create a database. So, yung database natin kanina, let's name it practice, no? Yun yung natin, descriptions kanina. So, that's the name practice. Kasi practice pa lang to. So, create. So, this is the UTF-8 MB4. So, this is the common, no? Ito yung natin, standard. So, click create. So, once it is created, as what you have been observed, the database name is created. Okay? So, this time, nakalagay dito is create table. Okay? So, mag-create tayo ng table. So, ano pang ipapangalan natin sa table? Let's say, information. Okay? Information. Then, number of columns. So, we have the ID, name, first name, telephone number. So, 4. No? So, tama to. So, go natin. Click yung go. So after nun, so it will gives you this 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So now, so this one, yung first natin is the ID, no? Yung ID, and then this is integer, of course. Yung length natin, sabihin natin 100, it's okay. And then auto-increment natin. So when you click that auto-increment, that is primary automatically. Magbibigay siya ng primary. Meaning that is the primary key. Okay? So next is, we're going to name the table fname or first name. No? Fname lang yung lagay natin dito. Fname. So the type is varchar. Okay, variables o character. And then the length is 100. The next is LNAME. LNAME meaning last name. No? So that is our code in the database. Okay, so we have also varchar, and then this is 100. Next one is the telephone number or phone. Okay, that is the name of our rows in the database, phone. Okay, so Phone meaning it is integer. So mag-accept, mag-type ka pa rin doon ng doon sa form natin kahit mag-type ka ng mag-type ka ng ABCD, string or character. Pagdating dito sa database, hindi siya itatanggapin, no? Mag-ano pa rin siya. Ang i-display niya dito is 0. Okay? So dapat natin. So dito pa lang sa database natin, na filter na natin na itong i-accept niya numbers, character, at saka we have the bit, we have also the numeric date, mga ganon. So dito pa lang sa database natin dapat naka-specify na ayong tatanggapin natin ng data kahit mali yung in-input. So hindi siya mag-save dito sa database, no? So that's another validation sa data natin sa form na dapat numbers lang. So that's another story. So magkakaroon tayo ng validation form. Okay? So the validation form is already discussed. But this time, the interaction is to the websites and also with the backend sa database. So lagyan natin siya ng length na 100. Okay, so we're done the 4 columns: ID, FNAME, name, and the phone. So 100, and we have the primary key. Okay, so I hope that you get this. You can follow the instructions. So name, okay na. So once na nagawa nyo na yan, then save the data. Okay, save. So makikita natin dito, naka-save na siya. We have your information. Okay, so here, when you click the browse, makikita nyo dito, select from informations, no? So itong mga ganyan, yun yung gagamitin natin mamaya sa SQL script. Okay, so titingnan natin yung SQL statement, no? So kung kung mag-save tayo or mag-insert, so dito makikita natin you have your select, you have your insert, update, delete, no? Sa CRUD, nandito yung CRUD. So sa insert, kasi mag-insert tayo, titingnan natin, ito yung statement ng insert, no? So kung maalala nyo kanina, yung statements, yung paano mag-usap yung database natin at saka yung sa forms, no, yung sa HTML. Ito yung statement na yan from the database natin sa queries para ma-store natin dito sa ating storage, no? So mag-example tayo using this one, no? Mag-insert tayo ng values dito. Sample. Bigyan natin kasi tingnan natin yung pagka-arrange. This is the kung ano yung arrangement dito, yun din yung arrangement dito, values, no? So meaning, this informations is our columns, dun sa columns natin. Values meaning ano yung laman in each columns. Okay, so ID, first values niya dito, number 1, of course yung ID, lagay natin ng 2. O sabihin natin 1, start ng 1. So next value, FNAME. So FNAME natin dito, ito yung 2. Okay, so FNAME, Marvin. And then next is LNAME. Sa LNAME natin, we have the last name, no? Itong 3. So just type Pihol. Okay? The next is phone. So ano yung telephone number? Okay? This one. I-type natin yan ng telephone number lang. 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Okay? So once we created this one, statements, and we are going to save this data into the database. So kung ma-save to siya, meaning tama yung insert natin ng queries, no? So save natin yan, yung go, nakita natin dito, yung go, click lang natin yan. Pag once ma-save, yung sabihin niya, 1 row inserted. So titingnan natin kung may data siya. So of course, meron siya. Okay? So meron siyang data. Okay? So meaning, tama yung queries natin. So later on, punta lang tayo dito sa database para kunin natin yung queries ng insert. Okay? So tama to siya. Okay? Hindi talaga pwede siya magkamali. Okay? Okay. So first one, punta tayo ng, stop ko muna. And then, allow me to share the folder. Okay. So this one, share the folder, screen 2. Okay. So this is the folder. We are running na. And then sa SAMP, of course, naka-install na. Punta kayo ng C. So drive C. This is the C. Click, then look for the SAMP. Okay. So this one, click the SAMP. Okay. Then look for the htdoc. Okay. This one, the htdoc. Then here, we are going to create the folder, no? So mag-create tayo ng folder dito. So yung folder natin, sabihin lang natin, ano ba pwede pangalan natin dito? New folder. Tapos sabihin natin, demo na lang. Ay, dami na ang demo. Practice na lang. Okay? Practice. Okay? Then, naka-create na tayo ng practice. Okay? This is the folder. Now, now stop ko muna just to be sure that we have shared the screen. Stop ko muna yung sharing. And then, punta tayo ng VS Code. I'm using the VS Code for this, no? So, this one. Okay, this is the VS Code. So, sa VS Code natin, right-click tayo and then look for the open folder. Meaning, i-open natin yung folder. So, click the open folder and then go to the drive C. Yan. And look for the SAMP. This one is the SAMP. Under, tapos ng SAMP, you have your htdoc. Yan, naka-htdoc na tayo. Then look for the folder practice. So this one. This is our folder practice. Select. So nakaselect na siya. So meaning, doon sa ano natin sa VS Code, nandito na siya, practice. No, now, let's start and creating the file doon sa ano natin, yung sa create ng connections, no? So mag-create muna tayo ng PHP connections. Okay? So right click, this one, no? New file. So click mo ng file, then let's name db underscore connection. Okay, connection.php. Okay, so enter. Okay, so once created, so after that, you're going to create the PHP. Okay. Okay, so sa PHP connections here, let's start with the statements of the PHP, yung opening and closing ng PHP. So inside that, you have your question mark. Of course, dalawa sa loob niyan is the PHP. So after that, enter. Enter natin. So yan. So this is how we're going to start with the PHP. So we're going to establish the connections, no? Yung pinaka-short lang yung gawin natin, yung shortcut na connections. Hindi na yung kanina naglagay tayo ng DB name, DB user. Okay? So hindi na ganun. So here, nag-create tayo ng sign number just to create a variable con. Okay? So is equals to MySQLi connections, no? So connection or MySQLi connect. Okay. So inside that is we are going to put the details, no? This is the shortcut. So inside we have to write the mga parameters niya. So ano yung mga parameters? So this is how we're going to write the parameters, comma, comma. Okay. So inside, so of course, you're going to write the localhost. Localhost, sorry, MySQLi. Okay, localhost. Then you have your user, root is the user. And you have your name of the database. So wala nang password. So yung name natin ng database is yung practice. Di ba yun yung name natin? So we are going to write the practice here, the name of the database. Okay, so now we have now that kind of the connections. So maglagay tayo ng if conditions. If and then Yan. So fcon, 'di ba? So conditions natin kung this is ito lang yung variable natin. Con. Okay? So this one, fcon, yung variable natin na fcon, lagay natin ng connection. So what if hindi magko-connect, no? So that is the example. So fcon is not connected con, okay? So after nun is you are going to say that the connection is die, okay? Die, and then display, sabihin natin unable to connect. Okay? So that is the simplest connection. Next one is we are going to create the index, no? Okay? So sa index natin, since we have created already the connections, no? So this is our connections with the database. So again, create tayo ng another file PHP name.index.php. So enter. So after natin ma-enter yon, of course, yung ano natin, yung pinaka-structure natin sa HTML, no? When you click that punctuation, then it will gives me or emit the abbreviations of the HTML. So when you click that, it will gives you the meta tags here. No, this is the very important. No, meta tags for the flexibility of the websites kung mag-responsive na ta. So ito yung ito yung naka-ready na siya. So this one is, sabihin lang natin the title is home. Okay? That is the title of our web page and index. Okay? So kung maglagay tayo ng ano dito sa head, of course, yung sa CSS, so we're going to write the link, no? So link, uh, link. Okay, so that is the link. So rel is equals to style sheet, then href. So saan naka-save, no? Saan naka-save yung CSS natin. So this time wala pa tayong CSS na na-create. So leave it alone lang muna. So leave it blank. So later on magagamit natin 'yan. Okay? So in the body, okay? So we are going to create dun sa body ng ng what we call the divisions, no? Okay? So div, mag-div muna tayo dito. Div opening and closing. So ang div, let's name the class is equals to division dash form. Okay? So that is the name of our class divisions, no? So we all know that division, this is the container only. So inside the div, so we're going to add the form. So click, then it will gives you the form action. So action, so leave it blank. And then we have the method of the form. Okay, so the method is post. And then let's put an ID is equals form, no? Now, inside the form, enter that, and then after that, so yung mga form natin, so let's add input. Okay, so input, so type text, so text siya. Okay, so name it. So yung name is, yung kanina natin first name, and then we're going to add the placeholder type first name. Okay, first name. So we are going to add tag BR so that hindi siya mag-align, inline siya. So para yung ano natin is magpupunta siya sa next. Okay? So copy paste lang natin 'to. Okay, copy paste. Since apat yung kailangan natin, tatlo. First name, last name, and phone number. Okay. So, palitan natin to. This is last name, and this is phone. Okay. Phone. First name, last name, and we have the phone. Okay. Phone. So, save. So, after nun, okay. Lang siya tumawag. Sagutin ko muna. Hello? Ay, ma'am. Yes. Zari para ba ako ma'am sa kuan? Zari ang tagkari. Hamang ka. Okay, I'm sorry for the interruptions. So, this time, mag-create na tayo ng yung sa connections, no, yung discussions natin sa PHP. So, divisions, of course, tapos na yung divisions natin for the HTML. So, this time, we're going to create the PHP. No, paano ba natin ipasa yung mga data like this? Okay? So yung kanina, saan ba yun? This one, no? So we already created this one. So next is we're going to create the PHP file. Okay, so inside that, sa PHP file, we have the SQL. Okay, so I hope na na-view to. Not sure. Stop ko muna and then share ulit. Just to be sure na nakita. Okay? So this one, okay? So I hope na it is clear. So ito yung paano natin. So you have your HTML forms, PHP, and SQL. So again, stop ko again just to be sure na tama yung sharing of data. So this one, this is the screen 2. So ito yung makikita natin. Let's continue the work, no? Of the PHP. So tapos na tayo sa forms natin of the HTML. Next one is doon tayo sa PHP. Of course, opening, and then this one, and then PHP. Then enter. Okay, so this one. Save natin. Okay, let's continue. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let's continue for the PHP. So here in the PHP, of course, first we're going to create the F statement. So F statement F. So open, close, then curly braces. Okay, yung ganon. So inside that here, we have to insert in the something in the parameter, no? So, yung i-insert natin is the iset, no? Ano ba yung iset? Okay? So, use the isets methods and the PHP to test the form submitted successfully. Okay? So, that is the purpose of iset. So, iset, and then inside that, you are going to add another ano is yung form natin method post, no? So dollar sign underscore then post. Okay? So ayan, that's post na automatic mag-emit siya. So inside the post, of course, yung ano natin kanina, kung makikita natin yung sa forms, no? So sa forms natin, inside that, we are going to add the square bracket. So square bracket, after that, inside the square bracket, you're going to add the first name, no, coming from the HTML form. So the first name. So after that, add natin yung ano, yung first name. So follow na 'yon, no? So this is the conditions, no? Kung tama siya, isi-set na siya kung mag-save. Okay? So here we are going to add here inside the F statement of the iset, babalikan natin yung post natin, yung mga variables natin na ginawa dito sa ano, dito sa what we call this one, variables natin dito sa name. So after dito, mag-create na tayo ng variables, no? Ipapasa na natin yung data from the input box going to the PHP. Of course, you're going first to declare the variable and then type the first name. First, this is our variable name, no? For the PHP is equals to sign number dollar sign underscore post. Okay? So, yan. Itong ano natin, itong post na yan, yan, this one, iyan ikakopy natin yan. Okay? So, copy, dito na lang natin. So, at the end of the statements dito, yan. So, we have to add with these statements. No? Kailangan may talagang semicolon at the end of the statements. So, copy natin to. And then, first name, we have the last name and the phone number. So, this one, last name, phone number. So, copy and then paste and then phone. Okay. Okay, phone. Okay? So, nandiyan na. Paano natin siya i-copy, no? So, after that, no, tapos na tayo sa phone. So, we are going to add the SQL connections, no? Yung statement sa SQL. Of course, you're going to create the SQL variable. So, we are going to add the dollar sign here. Okay? And we have to add SQL variable, no? SQL variable is equals to, okay, dito na. So, yung statement natin. So, allow me to stop first, no? Just to demonstrate paano yung sa insert. Okay? Then, ipakita ko lang sa inyo, babalik yung sa statement. Okay? Rest assured na shared talaga. Okay? So, this one. Okay, so this one is the coming from the informations. So, saan ba yun? Click muna natin to. So, click muna. Pag dito na tayo, makita natin yung table, then you have your values. Then, click nyo lang tong SQL na tab. So, when you click that, it will gives you like this display. So, saan ba yung insert natin? Dito yung insert natin sa baba. Just click this one. Then, ayan yung insert statement natin. So, copy this one. Copy. Gagamitin natin yan. So, kasi nga, nagsubok tayo kanina na okay tong statement to. Meaning, tama to siya. So, copy. So, nag-control lang ako. So, balik tayo dito. Stop muna. Kung talagang na-share to siya, just to be sure. Sometimes kasi hindi. Okay? So, dito sa SQL statement, and then paste nyo yung, paste nyo yung, ayan, yan, paste na. Okay? So, insert N2. Since ano tayo dito sa PHP, so you are going to erase this one, no? This is the name of the database. Okay? Informations, insert N2, and then, of course, this is the statement inside that papalitan natin siya. So, ayan. Yan yung ipapalit natin. Okay? And then at the end of that, you have to put a semicolon. Don't forget that at the end of the statements talaga semicolon, yun yung PHP. With the same with the JavaScript. So tapos na, pinalitan natin, inilagyan natin ng dalawang quotations. At the end of the statement, we have to add the semicolon. Yes. Okay? So inside the statements, of course, kasi this ID will not included. It's because naka-auto-increment siya. So ano yung i-input natin? Ito lang yung i-input natin. So input, so kung ano yung sa taas, yun yung ilagay natin. So no worries about the ID kasi auto-increment. So erase, fname yung mauna, and then it will separately by comma. So yan lang, erase lang natin yan. And then erase, phone, then erase. Okay? So, complete na tayo sa values. So, alam natin yung values pag mag-input tayo do. Ano yung dapat natin insert? So, alam natin, yung data galing dito na input box, ipapasa niya dito. So, ngayon, yung first name dito is equals to ganito na. Ito na siya. Okay, ipapasa yan. So of course, this variable is now the storage data from the HTML. Ipapasa niya yan sa PHP. So dito, ito siya. Okay, so copy natin tong PHP variable, and then ipipaste natin siya dito. Okay, sunod-sunod pa rin siya. So, copy. Ay, bakit first name lahat? So dapat last name to. Okay? Okay, last name, last name. Tapos ito, full na. Okay, palitan. Hindi ko napalitan kanina. I'm sorry. Okay? So, parehas na sila, no? Ano yung dito? Name. Ganon din yan dito. And then, sa variable ng PHP is equals to, meaning parehas sila. Kung anong laman nito, laman yan dito. So, meaning pinapasa niya. So, dito, ipapasa natin yung data from the PHP going to the SQL. So, copy this one, last name, paste lang, paste lang, 'di ba? Simple lang. So copy and paste here. Okay? So meaning this one hindi na natin kailangan 'yan kasi nag-add tayo ng hindi natin isinali yung ID. So hindi na walang input ng ID. So meaning nag-input lang tayo sa first name, last name at saka yung sa phone number. Tatlo lang yung hiningi natin na input coming from the PHP. And also coming from the forms, no? So now, tapos na tayo dun sa sa statements na mag-save. Pero we need to add statements na F kung masave ba siya o hindi. Okay? So we are going to write the statements of the PHP just to be sure na connected siya. Okay? So, i-query natin yan. Kung mag-save siya, then it will say successfully created the record, and isa is unsuccessful yung pag-create sa record, no? So, first, conditions natin sa F, no? So, F, then ganyan, yung statement. So, enter. So that is how are you going to start with the F statements. So F, and then inside the F, then MySQLi. Okay, so connect, no? So MySQLi, query yung gamitin natin. SQLi, query. So query, and then inside that is we have the connections. So yung connections natin kanina, 'di ba? Con. So saan 'yan? DB connection, this one. Con. Okay? So copy. If the connection daw is con, comma, and the parameters SQL, okay? Then SQ, ayan, MySQLi, okay. So, you are going to echo display. So, anong i-display natin? So, of course, this one, and how are you going to start with the display? So, inside that, no, this is a simple script. Ano, inside, i-echo natin siya. Pag once mag-satisfy the connections, then we are going to add the script inside the PHP. So, opening script, this is for the JavaScript. Okay? Opening on closing JavaScript. Inside that, so this is the statement inside. Okay? So, we are going to alert. Alerts or alert. Alert function to siya ha. Kasi this is the statements on alert functions in JavaScript. So alert, sabihin natin dito, this is a record created successfully. Okay? So when the record is successfully created, mag-display to siya. Okay? So yan. So next is else. Ay, sana ba yun? Pag hindi, of course, else, and then open close, and then echo, meaning i-display natin, echo, and then, ayan, and then another alert. Pag hindi siya mag-save, copy lang to. Record successfully, erase natin yan ng error. And then, unsuccessful. Okay. So that's the basic alert. Okay. So save. Okay, you have your connections and you have your ano. So let's try run this one. Okay, so let's assure na tama yung connection. Sure again. Okay. So okay. So try type localhost and localhost we have practice. Okay. Okay, so we have now this one, no? So I forget to put the input. Okay, wala tayong button, okay? So since running na siya, so i-try natin kung ano, kung mag-ano siya, mag-run. Okay? So why not ganitoin ko siya para hindi tayo maano. Okay? Para mas madali mag-run. Okay. Ayan. So, let's add here another form. Okay. So, wala tayong input type button submit. So, input type is submit. Okay. So, this is the submit. So, we have also the value is you're going to save data. Okay. Save. And then, run natin to. Okay, so we have the save data. So, type natin your name, Michael, then last name, De La Cruz. Okay, so phone number ni De La Cruz. Then, click the save. Okay, so it has an error. So, line 30, SQLI arguments must be typed SQLI null given in the. Okay, sa line 30, yung SQLI. My SQLI null. Okay, must be given. Insert N2. Null. Yung sa line 30, index. Okay. Check natin sa index. 30. Line 30. My SQLI. This one must be null. Okay. So, query. Tama siya. Try natin ulit. Baka yung mga spacing. Pero okay lang naman siya. Phone, last name, first name, insert into, information. Yung connection natin, hindi na kasi strike. Sana yun. Michael. Hindi pa nga natapos. Undefined, con. Si con. Okay, yung connections, no? Undefined connections. So, con. Ayan, tama. Con. Dito, double N, con, localhost, SQLI. Check natin, baka may mali. Con, line 30, SQ, tama siya. Ah, SQLI. Query. Check. Save. Con. Unsend. Yung connections niya dito, tama. NN. Null. Sa index, con. Tama siya. Save. Okay. So, try natin. Undefined variables con and practice index, and line 30 undefined. Unset con yung connections niya. Okay. Okay. Meaning wala tayong connection sa header. I'm sorry guys. Wala tayong connections no dito. So we are going to add connections here, no? Sa header natin. So sa header natin, yun nga. So hindi sila nag-connect ng connections at saka yung index. Okay? So wala tayong nilagay sa header na connection. So we are going to add PHP connections. Yun yung ibig sabihin niya. So write the PHP connections here, and we are going to require. Okay? So, uh, mali, PHP muna. PHP insert, and then, okay. So, require natin, and then ano yun, DB underscore connection. So, yan. So, yun yung kulang natin, yung connections. Hinahanap niya, connections.php. Ayun. So, there is a connections now. Okay, save. So, let's go back to this form. Okay. Practice. Line 2. Ano yung line 2? Connect, access denied user root, localhost using password, yes. Unable to connect. Oh, wala tayong unable to connect. So, require DB connections. So, this one, mag-blank lang ta dire. Okay? E-blank lang natin, no? Maybe dire na lang. Wala natin nalagyan ng ano. Kasi yung password, yun yung ano niya. Okay? So, we are going to add this one. So, blank lang natin yung password niya. Okay? So, kasi ang yung structure, localhost, root, then password, then name of the database. Okay? So, save. Walang password. So, connection established. Okay na. Okay, run natin. Okay, it's a good, no? Running. So, type natin, Michael, then De La Cruz. And then after that, phone number, surname, and then save data. Okay, so this is the functions of the JavaScript, no, to give you alerts. So sabi niya dito yung if statement natin, record created successfully. So meaning na save na yung data natin. Okay, so the connections is na-establish na natin. Okay, so click OK. So titingnan natin dito sa database natin. So information, tingnan natin si Michael De La Cruz. Ayan, nakasave na si Michael De La Cruz. Okay? So, your next gagawin natin is no? So, ang next gagawin natin is we're going to display the data, no? So, paano natin siya i-display sa web natin dito? So, since na-create na natin yung mga pages, so we are going to create a data or to display, no? To display the file coming from the database. Ito na naman yung i-display natin. So, of course, we're back to here. So, we are going to create another file here. So let's name it display .php. Enter. Then this is the file for the PHP. So yung ginawa natin kanina, index dito, so don't forget to add this script, no, sa header para sa connections. So paste connections natin, and then inside here, of course, let's add the HTML punctuation to emit the abbreviations of the HTML. So when you enter that, so it will gives you the display. So here, this is what we call display. Display title. Then let's add the link. Link. No. Link. And then this one, no? So let's leave it a blank first kasi wala pa tayong design. So ang ano lang natin dito is i-display lang muna natin. So inside the PHP, HTML, we'll incorporate the HTML na, no, and CSS. And also the PHP in these documents. Okay? So sa body natin, paano ba tayo mag-display ng data? Of course, we're going to select the data coming from the database. Okay? And then we are going to specify what tables in the database yung i-display natin. Okay? So, of course, first is the opening statement of the PHP. This one, PHP, and then enter. So, after ma-enter, save muna natin, files, and then inside, you are going to declare the SQL variable SQL. Okay. I'm sorry, wala na akong audio kanina. Okay? So, $sign SQL. Okay? Capital ba? Capital. Wag naman. SQL as equals to. So, tingnan natin yung ano natin, saan magsiselect tayo. So, this one, balik tayo dito sa SQL. Select. Paano tayo mag-select? So, this is the select statement. No? So, muna, yung anong gagawin muna natin? First one, pag mag-display, of course, we're going to select the target of the specific tables in the database. So, click this one, informations, this one. Sasabihin niya dito, select from. Okay? So, this is, we're going to use the select statements, no? So, copy. Then, pwede natin yan i-copy. And then, balik tayo sa statement. Select from. Okay? So, SQL, select from informations. So, magkakaroon muna tayo ng establishment, no? Sa, sa connections doon sa table. So, table ng informations, specifically sa database natin, kasi yung database natin connections, naka-specific na kung saan siya naka-connect. Okay? Sa select from statement information. Mali. Yan. So, dyan. So, ito yung statement natin. No? So, targeted yung specific na database natin. So, here. No? So, select informations. Dyan yan siya galing. Ito yung statement. No? Kinapi lang natin. Nilagay natin dito sa connections natin para i-display natin. Okay? So, next one is we are going to write the results. No? $sign, then result, variable, and then is equals to, then SQLI underscore my SQLI underscore query. Okay, so which is yung queries natin, 'di ba yung queries natin kanina, connection, comma, and then variable yung connections ng variable natin ngayon, underscore SQL. Okay? Then at the last part, you're going to to add with the semicolon. So now, na-select na natin yung database and tables, no? So this is how we're going to select the tables first, no? So next one is we are going to create a table, no? So sa table natin, of course, we're going to add a table, no? So table, then we have the class. This is a table class, no? HTML5, this is a table clause, no? So inside, of course, we're getting the table, uh, name table, then tr, we're going to create a tr, no? Table row, no? That is the statements, no? So we have the tr. So for the t head, no? So inside the tr, we are going to create a t head, no? T head or table head. Okay? So para magkalagay, diretso na siya. th, then yan. Then yung name natin, first name, then copy natin to. So we have to add. Okay. So first name, last name, phone, then you have the viewport. View, we have, tanggalin itong name. We have also view, and we have the update. We have the delete. So delete, erase. Okay? So that is our table head, no? So yung sa taas, 'di ba, may table head, din sa baba, yun yung mga data natin. Okay? Okay? So okay. Connections. So ngayon, that would be the our ano. Okay? So para yun yung structure natin. Okay? So after that, okay, we have the ano, tapos kukunin na natin yung data natin sa ano, dun sa database, no? So enter natin. Okay, so magkakaroon tayo ng statement ng PHP here kasi kukunin na natin yung data. So this one, PHP, enter. Okay, save. So inside that, of course, i-queries natin siya, no? So again, F statement yung kanina natin, paano tayo magawa. Then, ano yung ano, inside the statements, yung parameters sa if else, then curly braces, then sa loob nito, okay, lagyan natin ng indentation. Okay? So, yung functions ng MySQLi underscore num, then yung rows, no? Nakita natin, nag-emit na siya, emit. So, i-double click natin yan, rows. Inside that, sa rows natin, kukunin natin kung ano yung nasa database natin, no? So, kung ano man yung magiging ano niya is we have to use the result, okay? Results. Then, yung result niyan, rows, is greater than 0, no? So, inside that, so while loop, i-loop natin kung ano man yung laman yan sa database, dapat i-loop niya lahat ng ano. So it is automatically gives you a number of lists, no? So inside that, we have this kind of informations na kailangan, no? The statements of while like this, yung structure ng if while loop, and we have your if else, no? So inside the if else, we need to add the while, no? So in while, you are going to queries $sign the information table, no? Ano yung information table natin? So, doon sa database. So, that is the information i-query natin para ma-display. So, is equals to my SQLi li and then underscore pitch. Ito yung pitch natin ang result. Pitch underscore associates. Okay? So, ayan. Nagbigay na sa associate, then SQL result inside the parameters. So inside that, we have the results. Okay? So results. Enter. Okay? So that is the statements, no? So inside the while, okay? So here, so inside that, we are going to add the TR, no? Table row. Kasi i-display natin in a row. So let's open the TR. So type TR, table row, then enter. Uh, okay. So yan. So makikita natin yan, nagkakaroon siya ng error. It's because ini siya, i-change natin siya sa taas. Okay? Ayan. So hindi na siya nag-error. So yung coverage niya hanggang dyan lang. Okay? Yan, yung opening. Para sa pag-loop niya. No? Ano ang iloloop niya? Of course, ito lang. Yung iloloop niya. So inside, okay? So dito kasi ano lang 'to siya, kumbaga the storage ng ng informations, no, galing sa database. So sa TR na 'yan, we are going to add the TD, the table data. Okay? So table data, so we have TD. So that is write PHP inside. Okay? So PHP. So inside the PHP, we're going to write an echo. Okay, so ano man yung echo natin? Of course, what is the informations inside the information data? Okay, at information. Okay, informations, and then add the bracket key, and then semicolon inside. So ano yung i-query natin doon? Of course, ang fname ang ilalagay natin. Okay, si fname. So, yun yung name niya doon sa database. So, copy lang to. Ay, sorry. Copy. Copy na ba yun? Copy. Paste. Okay. So, fname, lname, and we have the phone. Ito yung mga table natin na pinangalan doon sa rows natin sa database, no? So, yan. Para ipapasa niya. Anong i-display niya dito? Iloloop niya into table data. Okay? So, save. So, after none, sa ano natin dito, so what if walang data? Kung walang data, of course, it will display like 0, no? So, we are going to add the PHP here. Okay? So, PHP, enter. So, here we are going to cover this one. Okay, so yung loop niya, so kung wala siya dito, ito, so i-display niya dito. So i-catch niya, kumbaga i-catch niya dito, no? You are going to add yung closing niya dito. So F, pag walang laman, yung data, dito na part, okay. Sa curly braces na to, ika-catch niya ang si else, then you're going to write the echo, then zero results. Sabihin nyo doon, or zero results. Pagka wala ng laman, yung ano, walang laman yung database, ito yung siya mag-display. Okay? So, yun. Okay? Save. So, punta tayo doon sa ano natin. This one. Okay, sa practice. Maglagay tayo ng link this one sa index para i-view natin si ano, i-view natin si display para makapunta tayo kay display. Okay? Pwede ano, practice then type natin dito display. Okay? The PHP. Okay, ayan. So na-display na natin yung data from the database. Okay? So paano ba 'yan pagka hindi na para hindi na tayo maglagay ng mga ano, mag-type dito. So dito maglagay lang tayo ng simple link. Tatawagin lang natin si ano, tatawagin lang natin si PHP display. Okay? So, of course, dito sa ano index sa baba, maglagay tayo dito ng href. Anchor point A. So, href, ano yung ano natin? So, name ng display. So, display.php yung gusto natin i-link. So, display play.php, enter, and then sabihin natin see the data from the database. Save. Okay? So, punta tayo doon sa dito. Okay? Refresh natin. So, ayan. So, when we type Juan, then De La Cruz. Okay? So, created successfully. So, when you click that, click this one, see the data from the database. So, si display siya. Okay, nakita natin display.php. So, ito yung na ano natin. So, wala tayong na-save na number. So, ito automatically zero. No? So, yan, kung gusto natin bumalik doon sa input type, of course, link lang yung ilagay natin. So, balik tayo doon sa in-input natin, this one. Okay, copy this one, link. Then, punta tayo ng display. Okay? Outside the table. So, dito tayo maglagay ng anchor type. So, dito is index. Index.php. Go back home. Okay? Save. So, go back to the display here. And, hi, sir. Okay? So, enter. So, when you click this one, then it displays the link. Then click the go back home. So it will go back to the index.php. So let's try again. Another data. And then last name, phone number, 09. And then save the data. Okay. It says the record created successfully. Then click OK. And then it go back to the index. Then click this link to see the display from the database. Okay. Ayan, naka-save na tayo. So, ilang data. So, next one is we have this kind to view a data, this one, view and update and delete. So that would be our next topic. Okay? And we will make this design improve natin yan. And also we will use the CSS, the native CSS script, and also this table data. Okay? So guys, again, congratulations for this, no? Kasi if you're following this, then you can see the improvement and the structures of the database, and also the HTML, JavaScript, the PHP, and the SQL, how they talk each other. Okay, so I hope that you will following these steps, and you're going to perform this task also through your demonstrations, no? So please follow these steps and you are going to do the same, no? Pwede niyo sa sundon para ma-practice niyo. Just try coding in a native way, okay? So this is how we are going to accomplish the task for this class. Okay? So I hope that it is clear to you guys. So thank you so much, and I hope that you are doing well. And again, wala talaga akong ibang kundi just to give you the ideas, the structures of the web developments. Okay? Kasi paano ka mag-proceed without the fundamentals understanding. So the simply understanding of the how it works together. So sa web development kayo, you will learn more than 8 script, no? Yung mga scripts na yan. So you are going to learn the back end, the front end, and also the SQL. Okay? So for this guys, no, marami pa tayong activities. Next lesson, I will be doing that. Yung improve natin using the CSS, then yung functionalities natin, i-add natin to, yung i-view, yung each of the table i-view natin, then i-update natin each of the table or rows, and then we're going to delete each of the table rows, no? Yung datas natin. So we will doing this to improve this by next week so that you will be guided on this class, no? So guys, again, thank you so much, and don't forget to follow these instructions for you to be guided in the web development. So this is for your own good, guys. So again, thank you so much. This is the last part for this topic, no, for this week. So another week naman, let's improve this. Let's focus on the crude functionalities and together with the interactive web developments. Okay, so thank you so much again and have a good day.